Hey there, and thank you for showing interest in my LinkedIn post. Really appreciate that. Or if you just stumble upon the video, welcome and thank you for being here. So in this video, I'll quickly explain to you how I use Cloud Code with Higgsfield and show you a showcase um, of how you can use it in practice. I also want to show you how I use Claude Code within Visual Studio Code. Some people might already use it within Visual Studio Code, but it's something that I just want to give out there for the people who don't know. So you probably already know Claude Code, um, and you've probably worked with Claude Code within their app, this app here. Um, which is great. It's fine. But if you want to level up, in my opinion, this is the way to go. So Visual Studio Code just gives you more access to what's going on behind the scenes, and you can actually see all the files when you work. Um, so when I set this up, you will actually be able to see all the code and everything within here, and it's just easier to manage and orchestrate everything in here. So I'll just start out with saying all you need to do is download Visual Studio Code. You can also download other IDEs like Anti-Gravity. They also work. Um, but here you just have to, when you download the program, just hit Open Folder. Um, and then you have to find the folder that you want to work in. Mine is this. And this is just an empty folder right now. There's nothing in here, as you can see over here. This is where you see all the folders. I'll just close this down and this down here. So this is what you see when you come into Visual Studio Code. And they have something called extensions. Within extensions, you have to download the one called Claude Code for VS Code. And it's very important that you take the one from Anthropic itself. Otherwise, it might be a malicious software or plugin. Anyways, I've already downloaded it, so I don't need to. And then you just click up here and you will be prompted to log into Claude Code. You just follow the steps, log into Claude Code via your browser, and everything should work from there. So if you click up here again in the Explore, you'll be able to see the folder here again. And I actually want to create a subfolder called, just call it hoodie and pants. Oh, okay, I cannot type it like that, so I'll just do like this. And within here, I want to take these images, and if you want to see them in bigger here, this is a clothing company I've tried to get out there into the world. I've not yet finished it, but anyways, these are the pants that I've made, and I have like a hoodie here. So I want to take this model here and eventually have him wear my clothing. Um, and you can do that very easy. So I'll just drag and drop it over to this folder here. So now we have everything ready within Visual Studio Code here. So now I want to connect to Higgsfield. And if you don't know Higgsfield, it's basically just a software that manage all softwares within the industry when it comes to making images and making video. So an example here, you can see within here, I have Nano Banana 2. I have all these kind of models we can use to create images. You can also just go directly to ChatGPT and create images from there, but you don't get the full value that you get from Higgsfield. And the reason why I'm using Higgsfield is because we can connect it to Claude Code and make Claude Code do all the tedious work for you. So if you go to MCP and CLI, you'll be able to see this MCP, CLI, and skill here. And all you have to do is go into CLI and then just put these prompts into Claude Code and just have Claude Code install it. After it installs the CLI, it will prompt you to log into Higgsfield and just confirm that you want to connect to Higgsfield. and that's it. I've already connected mine, so I'm not going to do it. But if you're in any doubt, you can simply just take a screenshot of the whole thing here. Just take a screenshot of all you see here. So like this. Mhm. Copy it, go back, take it in here, and say, this is Higgsfield CLI. I want you to install it with the skills as well, so that I can manage Higgsfield from this folder. And that's it. You press enter and it goes a bit back and forth maybe, or it just creates the connection and you just prompt it to, it will prompt you to log in and you're in. That's it. So from here it's very simple. So now you can say, okay, I have this folder called hoodie and pants. I have a brown tech pants.png, which is the pants. And then I have front, which is the front of the hoodie. I have back, which is the back of the hoodie. And I have side, which is the side of the hoodie. And I have one, which is the model that I want to use for this project. I want you to create a short video showcasing my product. I want this model to wear the hoodie and the pants and everything. I want to see the clothing from different angles. It should be very simple with a light gray background, like it's a model in a clothing brand. I want the aspect ratio to be 9:16, and I want you to use a fairly cheap model for this. So, for example, Kling 3.0 Fast, I believe it's called. I want this video to be at least 10 to 15 seconds long. If you want better images of the model, you can also just create like standalone images of that to use to make this video even better. If you don't have Higgsfield CLI access, please let me know. So the last part was just to make sure, because I believe I have access, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. It's been a while since I set it up, so it might ask me to log in again. But yeah, and a pro tip, if you set to bypass permissions, you don't have to look at anything until the whole stuff is done. So I'll just let it rip here and I'll get back to you when I have the result. Okay, so Claude have been ripping for some minutes now and it's done. I want to showcase the video here. I also want you to keep in mind that this is a fairly decent result, if you ask me, but you can make this way better with a better prompt and also a better engine. Currently, I use a cheap engine to just showcase what's possible. So I used, I think it was Kling 3.0 Fast. You could use Kling 3.0 or Sedence. You can also add in agents, for example, to orchestrate everything. So have an agent that optimize your prompt to be a better video prompt, stuff like that to optimize your flow even further. But this is what's possible from a very simple prompt that I gave it. And you saw the prompt as well before. So here's the result. So as you can see, it's not perfect, but it's very good in my opinion. And you can easily scale this up to run multiple videos um, and have these videos just, like, for example, if you want to create 10 videos, you can just prompt them. Maybe if it's the same videos, like for example here, you have 10 different sets of clothes you want to make videos about. Well, then you can just make it run in the background and sit and do other stuff while it's doing its work. So in that way, it's very smart to have these folders, because then you can just say, hey, I have a folder with all the clothes, and maybe you separate the folders by clothes, so Claude can then put in all the videos into another folder or however you want it. And that's how you make it very smart, because you can do this manually and you can get better results or similar results to this, but it's very good at scale. And you can do it with images as well. Same principle. For example, I had a client where he had a e-commerce store, and he had a lot of images that came directly from the supplier, and they were just not in good quality. In my opinion, they looked very drop shipping. So I optimized them. I optimized 40 pictures with Higgsfield CLI here, and it took me around not even 5 minutes to make the prompt and just put everything into folders. And of course, it takes a bit of time for uh, Higgsfield and Claude to make the results, but your upfront work is minimal, and the results were amazing. But anyways, that's the video. I hope it helped you a lot.